Okay, so here we are at video number 3 of our 25 expert training tips. We're going to go over the next 5 tips, and hopefully you've went through those other 2 videos and check that stuff out and use that to help improve your playing. And like I said before, if you have any problems, any questions, feel free to let me know. Contact me through the email or on Facebook or whatever works best for you. Okay, or through my website or whatever. Okay, so let's take a look at tip number 11. Create repeated runs up the fretboard. Okay, this is a really good thing to do for solos. Okay, it's kind of similar to what I told you before about those just 3-note sequences. Okay, these are real common in a lot of solos. If you study solos, you'll see that this is a real common in a lot of people's playing. So let's just take something real simple. Like let's say we take 3 notes. I'm just playing them right here at the 5th, 6th, and 7th fret. 5, 6, 7. Real simple. Okay, down picking. And if I move it up the fretboard, it sounds kind of cool. Or you can do it the opposite. Move it down the fretboard. Okay, this is a really common technique with lead guitar playing, okay? All kinds of just really neat little runs. It doesn't really matter what they are. You do. Real simple, doesn't really matter, just got to be creative, try to think, come up with 3 notes. See? Real simple, okay? And you could do them, a couple times, you could do it per fret and then move it, or you could do it a few times a fret, maybe 2 or 4 times per fret, Okay, so work on that. That's a really good thing to do with playing your leads, doing your solos. Okay, is do those sequences. Okay, just 3-note sequence, 4-note sequence, 2-note sequence. Doesn't really matter. It could be a 2-note sequence if you want. Okay, just got to be creative. That's the whole thing about playing guitar, is it allows you to be creative. Okay, it's very much like taking a blank sheet of paper and a pen or a pencil and drawing something, okay? And I know some people say, well, I'm not real creative. Yeah, you are. You are creative, and this instrument's going to bring that creativity out in you, okay? So work with that. All right, lesson 12. Learn the blues scale. This is a very common scale to learn. Okay, really common in a lot of guitar playing. Really a lot in the rock, because it's got this kind of a little dark tone to it, okay? So I'm going to play it for you here at the 5th fret real quick and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so let me explain to you what that is. Okay, so we've got the 5th fret. Okay, so we'll just start at the 5th fret. Okay, so it's going to go 5, 8, 5, 6, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 8, 5, 8, 5, 8. Okay, and we did it backwards, so it would be 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 6, 5, 8, 5. Okay, that's a pattern that you want to learn. It's very common in playing lead guitar. Let's go through it one more time here. 8, 5, 6, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 8, 5, 8, 5, 8. Go through it backwards. 8, 5, 8, 5, sorry. 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 6, 5, 8, 5. Sorry about that. Sometimes I try to talk backwards here. I think I'm a little bit too early in the morning. But anyway, so practice that, okay? Get that down real good. You'll play it all over the place, And it's the same pattern. That's what's great about guitar, is you can break it down into patterns. It makes it a lot easier to learn, okay? So you learn that pattern just like I told you with the major scale. You learn it anywhere. You can play it anywhere on the neck, okay? So right here would be an A, but if you played it at the 3rd fret, it would be in G. So if we played it here, okay? So that would be 3, 6, 3, 4, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6, okay? 6, 3, 6, 3, 6, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 4, 3, 7/5, or a 6/3. Sorry, you know what I'm talking about, all right? Okay, and learn that. Learn how to play it all over the place. If you played it here at the 3rd fret, it'd be G. If you played it here at the 8th fret, it would be C. If you played it right here at the 10th fret, it'd be in the key of D. If you played at the 12th fret, it'd be E. Okay, so just really get to know this pattern, this scale. It's the blues scale. It's real common. I'm playing lead guitar and rock, okay? So master that. Get that scale down where you can play it just like the major scale I was telling you about in the other video. You know, the more of these scales you know, the more that you can play them all over the fretboard and stuff. So if you're having to play something in the key of A, you know, you can play it right here at the 5th fret and it'll sound great. If you're playing something in the key of G, you can play it here at the 3rd fret, it'll sound great. Playing the key of E, you can play it right here at the 12th fret, it'll sound great, okay? So learn the blues scale. It's very, very important, okay? Okay, let's see. Number 13, be sure to use the correct pick, okay? And that's very important as well, because the way you play depends on what pick you're going to use, okay? Now, me personally, I like these Dunlop picks, these green ones. I think this one's kind of wore out, so I can't tell you exactly the thickness of it. I think it's 0.8 something, but it's a fairly thick pick, and it's got a point to it. This one's a little bit wore out, but that just works for me, okay? It might not work for you, but it works for me. It allows me to get some good articulation when I play the solos, okay? Okay. But there's all kinds of different sizes, different textures, you know. You just got to find what works for you. I would recommend trying some different picks. You know, I know that when I play my acoustic guitar and I do strumming, I use a lot of a much thinner pick because it gives more when I'm strumming. But when I'm playing my electric guitar and I do like chords and solos and stuff, I use a bit thicker of a pick because it just works better. So you just got to find what works best for you, okay? There's different materials, different sizes, different thicknesses, different colors. Just find what works for you and use that, and that'll really help improve your playing, especially your lead guitar playing, okay? Make a big difference. All right, so let's look at number 14, expand your horizons. Always good to expand your horizons by looking at what other people are doing, okay? Look at other guitar players. How do they play? How do they approach their solos? That's why I mentioned to you in the last video about learning how to read the books, because the books are a really good way of showing you how people actually approach their solos. And if you say, well, the books don't work for me, then try some video stuff and look at how people approach their solos. You know, watch live concerts or watch people showing you something, you know, very much like this, and see how they approach their solos. Some people approach a solo with the bend. Okay, some people might approach a solo with the slide. You know, some people might approach a solo with a hammer-on or a trill or something like that, you know. It all depends on, you know, people approach it differently. That's what's great about the guitar, is that there's so much stuff that you could, you know, learn, that you know, you can always learn something new from everybody because they all approach it differently. So if you're looking at some new ideas, you want to look at some new ideas to get into your head for how to play your solos, you know, look at other people, how they approach their solos, get some of those ideas and put them into your playing, okay? All right, so now we got into number 15. Learn and practice your alternate picking. This is really important if you want to get speed, okay? If you want to play like that, you've got to get your alternate picking down. Very, very important, because you won't get the speed without it. Okay, you can down pick as much as you want, but you're not going to get the speed that you can get unless you get the alternate picking down. Very, very important, okay? What is alternate picking? Basically, you're just picking each note differently. One note's down, next note's up. Next note down, next note up, okay? If you watch my hand here, you can clearly see I'll be going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And you can do some simple finger exercises for that. I usually like to start stuff about the 5th fret. It seems kind of comfortable, you know. But if it's more comfortable for you at the 7th or the 8th or the 3rd or whatever, it doesn't really matter. But the examples I'm going to show you are going to be here at the 5th fret, and then you can kind of move them around the way you want it, okay? So let's say we just used our 3 fingers. Pinky, I always use the pinky myself, and I would highly recommend developing that. But let's say, for instance, you say, well, I'm not having, you know, the pinky's kind of hard to get up there. Okay, no problem. Let's just do three fingers. So let's say you pick the first note down, next note up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, that's a really good exercise because it practices your picking. If you watch my picking hand when I do this, you'll clearly see. takes a little while. When I first started playing, I knew I wanted to do the solos. So I took, I had this friend of mine, he taught me some stuff, and we would just sit there and he would show me these finger exercises. We didn't learn any songs or anything, just these finger exercises to get my fingers developed to be able to play like that. So when I did learn how to do the solos, I was ready to go. I already had my hands kind of ready. And that's a good thing for you, okay? So if you want to play those fast, blistering solos, you know what I mean? Got to get down the alternate picking, so important. So just start off slow, down, up, down, down, and so forth and so forth, okay? And then I would recommend adding your pinky in there too, because you want to play this really fast solos. A lot of times they do use those pinkies, you know? Okay, so there you have it. Our next five training tips there. And I would recommend working on that, okay? Working on your alternate picking, working on expanding your horizons, and continue to work on your other stuff as well in the other videos, okay? Work on that. It's really going to help you learn that blues scale. Now you got the blues scale, you got the major scale, you got those two scales. And the next training tip, I'll talk about the chromatic scale that we mentioned in the workbook. Hopefully you got that, you're looking at that. And if you need any help, like I said, contact me. Contact me on Facebook, or you can email me, or whatever works best for you. Okay? So I hope you're having a good holiday, and I'll talk to you soon.